OG Kunta is going to be doing a long time in prison after he finally let the internet antics get to his head and crashed out.
Hey, real tone, there's some real money in the room.
You're now tuned in with the most hated blogger in Texas, Real Tune TV. And I appreciate all y'all for watching me, supporting me over these last 5 years. It's been a hell of a ride. I've recently released my book, Murda, the nickname of Fort Worth, and it's based off of the research that I did from every single interview over the last 5 years in Fort Worth. Make sure you check it if you have not already done so. I'm very disappointed in Counta. We're going to get to the charges, but I just want to first and foremost express my deepest disappointment in OG Counta, because I will be going to Fort Worth for Hoover Day on Five Deuce Day, and I was hoping to run into him. I was hoping to see Kunta. For those of you who don't know, I invited the Five Deuce Hoovers out of Fort Worth, the Five Deuce Hoovers out of Houston, Gumby side and other side to Austin for South by Southwest so that we can get some understanding. OG Percy pulled up. I had T Will, who's from Kunta's hood, pulled up. And then I had some of Gumby's nephews pulled up. Solo the Cisnes pulled up. A lot of people pulled up. And we'll make sure that the pictures are here for y'all to see. And guess who didn't pull up? The person who was keeping up all the mess. Right? OG Kunta. Obviously, Gumby could not pull up because Gumby wasn't there. Gumby was locked up. Now, not only was Kunta not outside when it mattered, number one, and mind you, this was in Austin, so you can't say that I had you coming to Houston to be backdoored, even though you got people in Houston. FedEx is from Houston. This is in Austin. This is neutral ground. I had people from Hooverland in the building. I had people from Pollywood in the building. You definitely could have been in the building. But to make a long story short, I didn't let that deter me. I was still intending on seeing you on Five Deuce Day in Fort Worth. Cartel Bo is pulling up from Houston. I put my people from Hooverland in contact. They made it happen. Proud of that connection right there, because a lot of people on this here internet talking bad when we really can be bringing things together. And unfortunately, the people who keeping up all the mess are now locked up. Gumby's locked up. Kunta's locked up. But guess who's left on the streets dealing with the mess that y'all created? I ain't even gonna say me, because I'm on the internet dealing with the mess that y'all created. Y'all in jail, and it's real lives affected by the stuff that y'all doing. And Kunta went to jail for crashing out. He literally crashed out. So the charges reads he got an accident involving an injury. So in Texas, for those who don't know, it's a felony to hit and run. You cannot fail to render aid. If you hit somebody, whether it's on purpose or it's on accident, you get out the car, you check on them, you make sure you good. Kunta, high and paranoid, continues to drive. You hit somebody, you knew you hit them, you continue to drive. He ended up being charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. See, this is a crazy charge right here, because that's usually the charge for shooting somebody. He got this charge because he used his car as a weapon against somebody. Now, his bond is only $500 for the hit and run. The ag assault is a no bond. So Kunta, unfortunately, will not be getting out of jail at the moment. He was also hit with an evading arrest with a previous conviction, which carried a $3,500 bond. In Texas, you can pay 10%, so that's only $350. And then, of course, he has a possession of a controlled substance. I believe that this was on a separate case, but he has a possession of a controlled substance. Everybody knows that Kunta is not a dealer. He's a user. That Kunta is a drunk. He used to do interviews, get drunk, do interviews. And this is where he fell out with Percy. Because when Percy sat down, he got drunk, and then he claimed that we set him up. I'm going to be honest. I did set him up. Bob set him up, but I set him up. And I'm going to tell y'all how I set him up. because I think people got it misconstrued when I say I set him up. Yes, I'm usually the puppet master. Yeah, I'm the puppet master. I'm the one behind the camera pulling all the strings. I set him up by booking OG Percy for an interview and allowing them to sit down, which is what he asked for. I didn't know the outcome of what Percy would say or what Kunta would say. I just knew that Kunta can't mess with Percy at all. And it showed when they sat down next to each other. So if you want to say I set him up, yeah, I set him up. I set him up to sit down with Percy, which was a lose for him. You have been talking down on this man on the internet since you. Let me say this, right? Because it's an interesting story. Kunta actually came to the internet to disrespect Percy. That was his introduction to the internet, was saying that he's a general in these Hoover streets and he was on Ferguson unit and Percy wasn't about nothing. When it came down to it, we found out that Kunta was actually on Ferguson unit and he was a Muslim. So you was not a Crip. You had dropped your Crip flag and you picked up Islam. And this is why I started messing with you. Because when you got to popping the Islam talk on me, I was like, okay, this is a righteous brother. This is a good brother. This brother got intentions. He's trying to defend his community from what they're saying about his community online. I support that. And guess what? I paid Kunta. I gave Kunta $500. I believe I paid Duke. They came to me. Bob fucked us over, man. Bob really messed us over, bro. He did us bad, bro. We ain't get paid. He said you the reason we didn't get paid. When whole time, man, Bob got paid well over here at Real Tune. Bob got paid well and fairly. And the fact that he never broke you off, or made it a point to break you off, or told me to break you off, or said, hey, let's give them such and such out of the profit. I still, I'm the type of person. I believe fairness is fairness, and I believe that good people deserve a chance. And Kunta came out on good people timing. Come to find out, he was an F-boy. So the F-boy went to No Jumper. He goes to Melrose, first off. He didn't just go to No Jumper. He went to Melrose. He goes to Melrose to the Marathon Burger after CEO Hockley brought him there. So Robert Hockley is a t-shirt owner out of Galveston, Texas, who claims Rolling 60. When I went to his platform, he has a platform called The Day Room, and he said he brought Kunta out there. So, and he said he didn't have to check in with the Hoovers, because I asked, why y'all didn't go to Hoover Street? You with Kunta? He's talking trash about Gumby. Why not pull up on Hoover Street? That's where he's from. That's the set he claims. Well, he said, I don't got to do that. I checked in with my people, and that's fair. But does that mean that Kunta checked in with your people? Because he obviously didn't check in with the Hoovers. So watch this. You go to Melrose and then you go to No Jumper and you talking that shit. I can't respect it. I can't respect it when you in Cali and you don't go to where you say you from and talk that shit there. You don't go and talk to the big homies that you on the phone. You stay on the phone. Oh, Gumby ain't good and Gumby this and Gumby that. But when you in the land, you don't come where Gumby be at. I would have took my hat off and gave you praise, respect, honor. But instead, you do the weakest shit ever. You go to the Hollywood sign, gang. You go to the Hollywood sign where it's black and bougie. My thing is, there's nothing wrong with going to Cali and not going to the hood. I would actually recommend that anybody who goes to Cali don't go to Hoover Street. Don't go to Crenshaw and Slauson. Don't go none of these places. Don't go to the Pueblo Bishops. Don't go to the Nickerson Gardens. If you're going to any of these places, go for food. And if you're going for food, ask for DoorDash. Go to the places that Kunta went. Go to the Marathon Burger. But even in the Marathon Burger, things get tricky. As we saw, it was a shootout broad day during the opening of the Marathon Burger in Long Beach. Now, the fact that there was a shootout in Long Beach lets you know that it doesn't matter where Kunta was at. If they would have found out he was a Hoover, he would have been treated like a Hoover. Even though we feel like Texas politics and Cali politics aren't the same. When you come to Texas and you from California, you will bend to the Texas politics. When a California comes to Texas, they're bending to the Texas politics. And when a Texan goes to Cali, if you don't think that you have to bend to the politics and you are part of their gang culture, you're going to find yourself in a predicament that you don't want to be in. And I would hate to be that person. But maybe you can save your life by watching a Real Tune TV interview and learning about the culture in which you claim. I'm glad nothing happened to Kunta while he was out there. And I wish he was free now. Unfortunately, I just lost all respect for Kunta because he does the internet game, but he's not doing it in the streets. You not, whatever it is, you promoting and prompting, like you go to Cali and you don't go there. Man, Duke would have never done that. The people that you come up under and you try to, they would have never done that. They wouldn't have even went on the white man's platform to air out the grievances about their hood and where they from. Like what? That's not street. That's not real. Then you go to 607 Unks to do content with Gumby. And after he marks you out, you do more content with him. And people forgave it because they like, okay, he did whatever he had to do to make it home. I understand that. And I understand that too. But my whole thing is this. Y'all ain't talk about the fact that you asked Gumby for permission to talk about you. And he gave it. So this whole scheme of y'all's has been an internet scheme the whole time. You're a real scumbag. You're a scumbag because there's people who were really offended. People who are really concerned. And guess what? You had the opportunity to fix it. You had the opportunity to stop it. You had the opportunity to do something bigger and better than what you did. But instead, you went for the clicks and views. And when it was all said and done, Bob turned his back on you. So you had nobody. And so you run to Robert Hockley. Bro, I need you. I need you. I need you. And he did what he could for you. But even that wasn't enough. You still crashed out. You still crashed out. And you have the audacity to be on this camera talking about you do this for the youth. You don't do shit for the youth. You don't do a ass thing for the youth. I'm tuning out though. Real tune.